Hello, this is Randy Fry again with our Legal Eagle podcast with the Fry Law Firm. Today, I'm going to briefly talk to you and hopefully you'll learn a little bit about how to screw up your case. And I'm going to do this in 6 minutes or less. Some things seem so obvious, but yet when you're injured, when you're in a car wreck, or when you're on a bicycle and you're hit, if you're a pedestrian, a trucking wreck, when things happen, our adrenaline is flowing and we all the time don't think clearly and don't do what we need to do to protect ourselves for things down the road. So one thing that I see often is people, they do not call the police. What happens is we often hear people will say, well, the person that hit me was nice, they were kind, we just agreed that that person was responsible, and that's what they'll tell the insurance company. Well, when they do that, often stories change, and that's why it's so important when you're injured and you're in an accident, it's important to always call the police. I know it's inconvenient. I know sometimes being in Atlanta, we'll wait for hours, but that's important to do. Now, as we speak, there were some city rules that were recently passed that are asking the police not to respond unless people are injured. So we frankly don't know how that's going to play out moving down the road. But it is important to call the police and get everything that happened documented so that you'll have that down the road, especially if your injuries become worse, which you certainly don't know at the time. Another way that people mess things up is they don't seek medical treatment in a timely manner. The reason that's so important is even if you're a little bit hurt, you need to go on to the hospital or at least to the doctor the very next day so that you can get your injuries checked out. Hopefully, if your injuries don't get worse and you don't need more medical treatment, that's fine. But you can basically feel that that one medical visit was your insurance policy in case things got worse. Another thing that's important is you need to always get medical treatment as soon as you can after you've been injured. What happens is people oftentimes only feel a little bit of pain and they decide, well, they won't go for treatment. And then 3 weeks down the road, their injuries become more severe. And then when they do go to treatment, it's been 3 weeks after the accident. Oftentimes insurance companies will say, well, if you were really that hurt, why didn't you go immediately to the doctor? So I always tell people it's important to go immediately get checked out, whether it's that day or the very next day. Get checked out. Hopefully, if you're not extremely injured and things get better, then that, by going to the doctor, that's the best insurance policy you can ever have, just in case things got worse down the road. Another thing that you never want to do, and it can easily mess things up, is for you to immediately call or speak with the other person's insurance company. They will often call you and ask to do a recorded statement and various things. You never want to do that before talking to your lawyer because they can oftentimes, the other insurance carrier can often use these things against you that you may have spoken with them about. So again, you don't want to immediately talk to the other insurance company. Another thing that we always need to do is you do want to call your own insurance company. The reason is most policies are written that you have a duty to tell your own insurance company that, hey, I was in a wreck or I was injured. There's some policy reasons behind that, and it's basically stated in most policies that you need to let your own insurance company know in a timely manner simply that you were in a wreck. Again, do call your own insurance company. Do not call the other insurance company. The last thing that we find that people often do is they don't reach out to a good trial attorney after they've been injured until several weeks down the road. Unfortunately, because people are not lawyers, they don't know how things work, and the insurance companies have a team of lawyers on their side trying to do everything they can to mess claims up or say that maybe you weren't injured in the way that you were. So you want to reach out to a good attorney. And there are a lot of good attorneys in Atlanta. Now, I often joke and say we're not one call, that's it. And we don't ask people to call us and we'll tell you what your case is really worth. That's not us. We're a trial firm, a litigation firm. We actually try cases. We do it with integrity. We don't set false expectations. So when you call the Fry Law Firm, we will do everything we can to give you all the information that you need, and then you can decide for yourself if you want to retain an attorney. I hope these tips helped you to know what to do and what not to do when you're injured, and hopefully you aren't. But if you are injured, you want to reach out to an attorney in a timely manner. If we can help you in any way, please reach out to us at the Fry Law Firm. Again, this is Randy Fry with the Legal Eagle podcast, and we hope to see you soon.